Good evening. In the absence of the mayor, I'll call the regular meeting of the Yankton Board of City Commissioners to order. We'll start by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lisa, can we get a roll call, please?
Benson?
Here.
Brunick?
Here.
Sarda?
Here.
Hanoff?
Here.
Minor?
Here.
Mosier?
Here.
Villanueva?
Present.
Weber?
Here.
Mayor Schramm? City Manager Leon?
Here.
City Attorney Denherter?
Here.
Okay, thank you very much. In the absence of a mayor, then, I would like to have a motion for someone to preside as Mayor Pro Tem over the commission meeting this evening.
I would move that we would cast a unanimous ballot for Stephanie Mosier to be Mayor Pro Tem and that all nominations would cease.
Second.
Motion by Weber, second by Hunhoff, for Mayor or Commissioner Mosier to serve as mayor. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, please. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, next under routine business is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of July 8th, 2024. And before I ask for the pleasure of the commission, I understand Commissioner Hanoff would like to share something before we ask for a motion.
Yeah, thank you. I guess we could have done it before or after the motion, as long as we did it before we vote. But I didn't feel these minutes accurately reflected one particular motion I made at the last meeting. That was the motion to pay the bills. My motion was intended to approve payment for the 278 bills listed in the packet. Of those 278 bills, only 113 were actually published in the P&D last Wednesday, which is the official record of our meetings. That once it's published in the P&D, that is our official record. And I understand, maybe this finance officer will elaborate, but I understand this was due to a policy change under which we're going to start listing all the P-card purchases under the single payment to the company. And in this case, that was 200 and, let's see here, it was 165 claims represented by one $101,000 payment, basically. And I have issues with that in terms of transparency, but more so I wanted to just say I see this as a policy decision that I would like to see placed on our next agenda and voted on by the board after discussion at a public meeting with input from the public and commissioners.
Lisa, I might just have you clarify kind of for public transparency, the changes and what took place and the differences that Commissioner Hanoff is discussing.
Sure. For some feedback to the public, in the past, we have listed every P-card transaction that city employees have made. So during June, went to the SDML Finance Officer Conference and found out that no other cities are doing this. They're saying, nope, we just publish what our credit card statement is, and we include all the details in our packet, and that's a lot of it for publication costs. So I was curious, and we sent kind of two versions to our designated newspaper, which is the Yankton P&D, and there was a $74 difference. So that was something where just trying to look at opportunity to save money and talk to several commissioners, and general consensus I felt was we want to save money, yet we still want it to be transparent to the public. So we kind of settled on, instead of listing all of those transactions, we did BMO Spend Dynamics and the amount, and we only listed the purchases over 2,000. So that narrowed it down from about 200 to only 10. So bear in mind, these 10 purchases is 38,000, which is 38% of the statement. That was just an option to try to save money. Bear in mind, in our packet, the P-card schedule of bills does include a little bit more information. It does include the city department, it includes the employee's name as well. So I am open to any suggestions. It was just an option to try to save money.
Well, the packet is not our official record, our official record of our meeting. That's what's published in the PND. And, I think some people think those minutes aren't read. I remember over 50 years ago, my dad was sitting there reading the minutes in the paper. I think it was the county commission minutes. And I was a kid, I said, what's so interesting about that big page full of gray print, small print? And he said, I like to see who the county's doing business with. He said, that's our taxpayer money, and I like to see how it's being spent. And, I went to the library microfilm room over the weekend to see how long we've been publishing claims in the P&D. Went back through the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s. Goes back to the 1880s. And so for 140-some years, we have always, at every meeting of the City Commission, the Yankton City Commission approved all purchases or all bills that the city incurs. So this is a big change when we're talking about going from publishing them all to well less than half. And again, as far as the way you made the decision, Lisa, talking to commissioners and determining a consensus, that's a discussion I really think should be held at a public meeting so everybody can hear my reasons. I haven't given them all yet, but you can collect their opinions, but they don't get to hear my reasons for looking at it a different way.
If I may respond to that, I did pull some statistics. Our cost of our minutes average in 2020, average price per meeting was about $195. In 2023, that was up to $231 per meeting. So that's just some financial data. We did start our credit card transactions in 2014 with city employees. And so that's just something where just trying to look at different ways. So I apologize, Commissioner Hanoff, I didn't
I just would
mean
like to see
that.
the commission may disagree with me, but I'd like to see that discussion at a public meeting and then the decision made on a vote of the commission. As far as the dollar amount saved, I don't think you can really put a dollar value on the importance of transparency.
Ross, you have your microphone on.
Yeah, I want to point out that it's a policy consideration for you guys as a commission to decide how much information you want to see in terms of the minutes and the notification to the public, the actual expense approval that you guys that we're notifying the public. And what is actually voted on is the payment of that one bill as a total. So that was on the notice that was published. It was just the detail, breaking it down, was reduced in scope based on using the $2,000 benchmark. But then the full detail was provided in the packet for all of the commission and the public to consume, which is available free online. And I understand that many people may look at the paper and not bother to go online and pull that down. But that's your policy for you guys to decide how much information you want to publish notice of, considering it is one expense item paying that credit card bill. So in terms of the action to approve the minutes, that what was done was lawful, but how you guys want to do that moving forward is appropriately something to be added to the agenda if you guys want to do that. But this, of course, is just the action taken to approve the minutes.
The $101,000 to the credit company includes no details. It's just a dollar amount. It doesn't specify the 165 city spending decisions that accumulated that amount. It's kind of like our credit card bill.
Correct.
We spend, we make 30 credit card purchases a month. We pay the bill, but that bill doesn't tell you anything about what I bought with those 30 purchases.
That's correct.
Would this be an item we could, probably go into too much detail for what this started at, but this could be a work session item or something. Add it on to another work session, maybe? I don't know how we come up with what we put as a work session, if it's important.
We can, or we can just put it on the next agenda and you guys can debate the merits of doing it one way or the other, or?
I agree with that because the policy is already being enacted. And so if we wait for a work session, it delays it. So I'd prefer to see it in the next agenda if possible.
I would be fine with having it on the agenda.
Okay, we will put a memo together, kind of some of the thoughts he talked about tonight, and you guys can vote on what to do, how you'd like to see that done.
I do want to say one thing real quick. I've told Lisa this when we have spoken before. I just want to say how much I appreciate. There's nothing that I would ever deem nefarious that was happening. She does a really good job of looking at our processes to make sure that we are being as efficient as we can. And I've told her this, that I think she does a fantastic job of that. I don't disagree with Commissioner Hanoff. Maybe we should have talked about that. But I also do want to say that I think she's doing a really good job.
I agree.
All right, so it sounds like we will go ahead and put that on one of the next city meeting agendas. I'm guessing then the first meeting in August, or?
Yes.
Okay. So we will do that. All right, I understand that that was tied to the minutes, so appreciate your discussion on that. So with that, what is the pleasure of the commission as far as approving the minutes as stated for the July 8th, 2024 meeting?
Move to approve.
We do have a motion and a second. Any further commission discussion? Anybody in the public? All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Anybody abstaining? All right, minutes approved as is. Number 3 is the schedule of bills. What is the pleasure of the commission?
Move to pay the bills.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second to pay the bills. Is there any commission discussion? Anybody in the public? Roll call.
Minor,
Aye.
Villanueva,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Benson,
Aye.
Brunick,
Aye.
Sarda,
Aye.
Hanoff,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mosier.
Aye, motion carries. Number 4 under routine business is the city manager's report, so I'll turn it over to City Manager Leon.
Thank you. We've got a couple of things for you, Honorable Mayor and Commissioners in public. Number 1 is that later on your consent calendar, you have the budget meeting. Just as a reminder, we're setting that for a 3:30 here PM meeting on Tuesday, August 13th. We talked about that last time. I just want to remind you and the public of that again. Also to remind the media and you, if you want to register, July 24th, County Commission Chair John Marquardt and myself will be speaking at the Topics at 12 forum associated with the Thrive event. I believe that's at the Elks Lodge. If you want to register for that, you could still email Jean tomorrow morning and she could get you registered. We'll be overviewing a few things, all things you'll be familiar with, but passing information on to the community at that event. So possible quorum there. Want to talk to you and the public a little bit about mosquito abatement because that seems to be where I'm getting a lot of questions. We are regularly fogging for mosquitoes. We are primarily fogging to eliminate, the mosquitoes that carry West Nile and other diseases, so it's not necessarily for comfort, although it does certainly add to our comfort. I have had the question, we don't see the foggers, so when are they in my neighborhood? We can't precisely tell people when they're going to be in their neighborhood. We fog in the evening and in the early morning hours. The fogging has the most effectiveness for the mosquitoes that are in flight in the air. It doesn't do a good job for those mosquitoes that are not in the air. So we will not eliminate all the mosquitoes with fogging. Used to be that we told people, go in the house, when you see the fogger, go away, and it's not, the sort of philosophy on that has changed where we tell our foggers, if you see a group of people, don't go towards them with the fogger. Not everyone gets the information, and so you probably don't see the fogger going through your neighborhood, but we're doing that regularly, trying to keep ahead of mosquitoes, but after what happened Friday, it's like mosquito palooza. I don't know. We're going to keep on it, but it's I feel like I'm back in Minnesota, so we're trying our best to combat mosquitoes. There has been West Nile in the state already, and so certainly we want to try to mitigate that, but happy to visit with people about that. We also cannot spray, of course, fog, if it's windy or rainy, so on those days, we don't have foggers out, but we have a number of folks that are licensed to applicate as applicators to do that. Also, want to tell you, since we won't meet again until August 12th, we're zeroing in on getting you a draft of the budget. We need to get that to you by August 1st. We think probably by the end of the week, we will have the draft of the budget letter, et cetera, for you available and for the community on our website. And you can start taking a look at that. Again, we won't continue talking about that until we get to our budget meeting, but we'll meet that deadline per state statute, and that'll be available to everyone. If you haven't seen our sales tax, we had some good returns on sales tax, up for the year, all 3 pennies, almost close to 6%, so that's where we want to be headed. Also, I wanted to remind, or I guess inform, because I got the calendar invite just this afternoon, Commissioners Weber and Brunick. I forwarded you this evening a calendar invite. The Juvenile Detention Center meeting has been set for tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the Law Enforcement Training Center. So if you can make it, great. But staff will also be there representing. Weber and Brunick are our commissioners that are on the Safety Center advisory board or joint committee. Also, commissioners may be interested in watching the July 16th County Commission meeting. Troy Cowman and Eric Van Dusen give a presentation on EMS. Interesting, a little better financial picture than I had anticipated, so it's an interesting presentation. And the commission passed a resolution relating to fees on TIDs, so we'll be talking more about that in the future. Our public appearance that you have listed here, I don't see her in the audience. She contacted us earlier, asked if she could be placed on the agenda for, with a discussion item. She called later on after we posted and indicated she wouldn't be able to make it. So that's what that's about. Happy to answer questions, Mayor.
Are there any questions of the city manager? All right, seeing no microphones come on, we will move on to said public appearance. Our scheduled public appearance, as City Manager Leon said, is not here tonight, but I will open it up to see if anybody else wants to address the commission. All right, seeing no movements, we will move on to the consent agenda items. There are 4 in front of you. The first one, as Amy said, is setting the date of August 13th, 2024 at 3:30 for our next budget meeting. Number 2 is approving the current volunteer firefighter list. And numbers 3 and 4 are in reference to transient merchant license. Number 3 is for Harry Peden, doing business as Country Fresh Farms. And the second one is TJ Stoats, doing business as the Bonesteader. What is your pleasure?
Move the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Anybody abstaining?
I'll abstain since I'm part of the firefighter list. It feels wrong. Thanks.
Okay, sounds good. All right. But with that even, consent agenda passes. So then we move under old business. Number 1 is consideration of memorandum 24-157 regarding the request for new retail on-off sale malt beverage and South Dakota farm wine license effective July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025 from Onward Yankton Inc. at 328 Walnut Street. What is your pleasure?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any commission discussion on this? Anybody in the public? Roll call.
Villanueva,
Aye.
Weber,
Aye.
Benson,
Aye.
Brunick,
Aye.
Sarda,
Aye.
Hanoff,
Aye.
Minor,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mosier.
Aye, motion carries. Moving on to new business. Number 1 is consideration of memorandum 24-159, recommending approval of change order number 1 for the 21st Street water main and paving project. What is the pleasure of the commission?
So moved.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. Is there any commission discussion on this? Anybody in the public? Roll call.
Weber,
Aye.
Benson,
Aye.
Brunick,
Aye.
Sarda,
Aye.
Hanoff,
Aye.
Minor,
Aye.
Villanueva.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mosher.
Aye, motion carries. Number 2, under new business, is consideration of memorandum 24-160, recommending approval of change order number 1 for the Gale Drive project. What is the pleasure of the commission?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any commission discussion? Anybody in the public? Roll call.
Benson,
Aye.
Brunick,
Aye.
Sarda,
Aye.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Minor,
Aye.
Villanueva.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mosher.
Aye, motion carries. And number 3 under new business is consideration of memorandum 24-162, a proposed city-initiated rezoning of tracks 2 and 3 of the Law Addition. This contains 28.06 acres, and the location is west of Westbrook Estates. What's the pleasure of the commission?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any commission discussion? Anybody in the public? Roll call.
Brunick,
Aye.
Sarda,
Aye.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Minor.
Aye.
Villanueva.
Aye.
Weber.
Aye.
Benson.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Mosher.
Aye, motion carries. That concludes new business. Next on the agenda is other business, and to my knowledge, there is no other business in front of the city commission tonight. So with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting of July 22nd, 2024.
So to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Anybody abstaining? We are adjourned. Have a good evening, folks.